For democracy to survive, we need the governed to trust that the government is working for all the people. The basis of this is integrity, honesty, compassion, and absence of corruption.
Today in the U.S. federal government, corruption is almost constant. Whether it be log rolling, earmarks, or scandals, for democracy to survive, corruption must stop.
One example of governmental corruption is Donald Trump's administration. Although the candidate won, he has already participated in multiple scandals while in office.
One of these scandals is the fact that Donald Trump has refused to divest himself of his business interests, which is something that every other president in history has done.
Not only is he still participating in his business operations, he is making deals with foreign governments through his corporations, which clearly violates the Constitution's Foreign Emoluments Clause. Also, Donald Trump accused former President Barack Obama of wiretapping without providing any evidence of his accusations. With a presidency based on lies, a democracy will not and cannot survive.
Not only has the executive branch of the United States government been at fault, but the legislative branch has as well. Shaka Fatah from Pennsylvania's 2nd District Court was found guilty on 23 charges, including money laundering and fraud. How can we trust our government if both the budget-making process and the law-making process are filled with corruption as well?
Lastly, corruption has engulfed the judicial branch. In March of 2010, G. Thomas Porteous, a federal judge from eastern Louisiana, was impeached by the House of Representatives for both perjury and bribery.
How can the citizens within the United States trust their own government to carry out due process if the judicial branch is filled with corruption?
For democracy to survive, corruption amongst the U.S. government should be stopped through harsher penalties and stricter laws.
Without corruption, democracy within the U.S. can evolve and grow by feeding off mutual trust between the U.S. government and its citizens.
To be able to survive, the citizens must trust the government.
For democracy to survive, we must be able to trust our government.
For democracy to survive, citizens must trust their government.
In order for democracy to survive, we must trust our politicians and government.
For democracy to survive, we need to trust in our government.
For democracy to survive, we need to trust in our government.
For democracy to survive, we need to trust our government.
For democracy to survive, we must trust our government.
For democracy to survive, we must trust our government.
For democracy to survive, we must trust our government.
For democracy to survive, we must trust our government.
In order for democracy to survive, we must trust our government.
Democracy to survive, we need trust in our government.
With corruption in our government, democracy will never survive. With people in Congress being corrupt, the budget-making process can be turned to favor individual people within Congress. With corruption in our executive branch, things like executive orders and vetoes can be specifically used for individual gain of the president and his administration. And with corruption within our judicial branch, judges and juries end up making wrong decisions about certain cases that arise within their courts. Again, for democracy to survive, we must trust our government, and the basis for that is having no corruption within our government.